What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about Uta. There is a lot of Uta stuff to start talking about, ladies and gentlemen. There is a lot of Uta stuff to start talking about. So let's start off with the starter deck. And look, the fact that there is an Uta starter deck isn't new. We've known about this for a little while now at this stage. We've just been, well, frankly, a little bit starved for information. Now, don't get me wrong, we've had the description of the starter deck. We had the description from the European distributors, US distributors, my apologies, which basically said it was going to be themed around Uta. There were going to be event cards named after Uta's songs, and there was going to be a green deck with a film theme that was going to be complementing the cards in OPO2, and includes several cards from previous releases, i.e. confirming that there were in fact going to be reprints. Of course, remember back in OPO2 we had all of those green film cards, the best of which was Nami, and I actually really like the art style of these. Even though I don't really watch the film so much as read the manga and play video games and such, I still love these film cards, even though maybe I should be loving the film cards a little bit less because I don't watch all the films. Or maybe I should binge all the films. That might be a better idea. Yeah, maybe I'll just binge all the films. But the point is, they did these and they were kind of awesome. And we know that, in some degree, we are going to be getting that in this starter deck. And we've actually had the starter deck revealed not just on the Japanese website, but on the English website as well. So we have an English description, but it really just says, characters playing big parts in One Piece Film Red and making an entrance, use the event cards based on Uta's song to come out on top. So basically giving us confirmation of what we saw from the distributor, but less information about it. Well, kind of brilliantly and kind of frustratingly, we've seen a poster. A poster has started doing the rounds. Now this is brilliant, but it's also super frustrating because we don't have a good look at it, and it's really annoying. Shout out to Orange Samurai D for sharing this. Now, there are 3 cards on this poster. Just to be clear, we can't even begin to see enough of the... And to be fair, even if you had the full-size poster, you probably wouldn't be able to see everything here and read the cards. But you can see the artwork on the starter deck, but actually the main image on the poster is very clearly the main art from the starter deck, and actually you can see that way better. Doesn't really tell us anything about the starter deck because, you know, it's just Uta. We knew that was going to be the deck, but it's still cool that we've got this artwork. Obviously there is a leader, there is a super rare, and there is an event card that we can see down the bottom there. It's confirming the release date of the 7th of October, and it's, you know, it's a poster being sent out to basically get people hyped about this deck. And I'll be honest with you, when I was in Japan a couple of weeks ago, I was running around buying up all the Japanese starter decks. It was lovely. This one, I'm a little excited about, but this poster, it teased us, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't give us enough. But the good news is we have had a better look at just the super rare. Not the leader, not the event card, I'm sorry, but we do have a look at this, which I believe is coming from a magazine of some description. But at least we've got a look at it. Alright? That'll do. And what we've got here is free cost 4,000 power, counter plus 1,000. Fairly standard for a non-vanilla card. And we've got blocker. But it's a film blocker. So all of those cards that are going to go and let you search for film, we now have a film blocker. And this is actually like sneaky very important. Blockers are big in the game. That shouldn't really surprise anybody. So we need to have some blockers. And the fact of the matter is, when it comes to blocking, film is, film is lacking. I think that's pretty fair. And look, we've got a few film blockers, don't get me wrong, but, you know, we've got Bartolomeo and Kobe in red. That was from the promo set a little while ago. We've got Anna and Uta from Starter Deck 5 in purple, but obviously this new Uta deck is green. So in terms of green film blockers, we've only got the 7-cost Luffy. And look, a 7,000 power blocker, yay, that's really good. But having our only blocker as a 7 cost, which is way too expensive and going to come out way too late in the game, yeah. We're not into that, frankly, ladies and gentlemen. That's not good enough. So this just gives us a cheaper blocking option for green film decks. Because we know there's all kinds of stuff that searches out film characters. So you want to be able to search out your blockers, so you play stuff that searches film characters while also playing film blockers, and then you can search out your blockers. That makes perfect sense, that's what we do. But that only actually works if we've got the film blockers to search. Nami, great example here. On play and when attacking, you can pay 1, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, find a film card other than Nami, add it to your hand. So that's the kind of thing we're talking about here. We want to have film cards so that we can go and get them here. Or, someone like Brooke, for instance. On play, play a film or Straw Hat Crew character with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. Well, this is a film character with a cost of 3 or less, so Brooke would allow you to play for free. Incidentally, Luffy would also allow you to play this for free, because that lets you play a 4 cost or lower, but obviously Brooke is a 4 cost that will still let you play it for free, so Brooke should be your priority here. If you're looking to be playing this for free, Brooke is where you're going. But that's what I mean about having a film blocker. It can be searched out with Nami, it can be played for free with Brooke. But you need a decent cheap blocker, and the only one we've had up to now is Luffy, and that doesn't cut it, frankly, so this will do very nicely indeed. So we like this, the fact that the film blocker is good. We've also got, at the end of your turn, you may discard 1 event from your hand to set up to one of your film-type characters as active. We've already been told that Starter Deck 11 is going to feature a bunch of events that are themed around Uta's songs, so we know we're going to be playing a bunch of events anyway. Now we get to discard 1 of them to set a film character as active? Yes. That sounds wonderful. That sounds fantastic. So yeah, totally into that. That sounds right up my alley. I will say, this gives you a few different options. You could activate a blocker like Nami or Luffy. So you can essentially attack during your turn. You're rested, end of your turn, activate, boom, you're off and rolling. Or you can just activate a character because, of course, if you are suspended, you can be attacked, or rested, you can be attacked. So you put yourself to active here just so that you cannot be attacked on your opponent's turn. That sounds pretty gosh darn good. Of course, it is funny that we've actually got a green film Bartolomeo. This was one of the promo cards, promo 29, that is a 2 cost. And at the end of this turn, and every turn, you can rest this character to set one of your film characters other than Bartolomeo as active. So this is kind of fun that, Bartolomeo, which is a good card that has seen a bunch of play, that is good because it lets you activate your film type characters. Well, now we got another thing going on here with Uta, and it is more expensive, but it also gives you a blocker which, as I've explained, can be useful. So yeah, this seems like a pretty cool card. As with all of this, we're way too early at this stage. Like we've seen 1 card from the deck. We're not really going to have all of the information we need until we've seen all the cards from the deck, but it's still nice that we've seen this. This looks cool. This seems like a very good free cost character. This seems really good, and to be fair, a lot of the time the super rares from the starter decks do tend to be, so yeah, this seems pretty nice, ladies and gentlemen. This seems pretty gosh darn nice. Also, just very quickly, remember Bartolomeo is the automatic, well, you rest it to activate, whereas this, you do have to have an event card you're willing to discard in your hand, which of course does make a little bit of a difference. But seriously, the fact that there's a blocker is great for me. So that's what we know about the starter deck. What else have we got? We've got this. And it looks cool, but we have no information. This was tweeted out by the official One Piece or the Ichiro staff account over on Twitter with no information, right? It reads like this. Film Red Heroine Uta items released on the 7th of October, which is of course the same day as the starter deck. Premium card collection, which I don't think is the same as the starter deck, official sleeve and card case. That's it, that's what we've got. So, and to be fair, right, if this was an advert for the starter deck, you would imagine that the artwork from the starter deck packaging would be one of the ones featured on here. We have 6 different images of Uta, and none of them are the one from the front of the starter deck. So there is some kind of premium card collection Uta, which is coming out presumably on Premium Bandai, although we don't have that for certain. It's going to be coming out next month. Don't know what it is. And if I'm missing something dumb, please let me know. But the only link they gave in the tweet was a generic link to onepiece-cardgame.com. there's no information other than we know it's called Premium Card Collection Uta, we know it's coming out on the 7th of October, and we know that there are 6 different illustrations by different artists, including So-So, incidentally, who is brilliant. There's a new So-So artwork which looks absolutely stunning. Someone who's doing really good work in the Pokemon TCG and has been for years. So, yeah. This is cool and exciting, and if you're a fan of Uta, you're going to be eating good. I mean, I've told you there's going to be an official sleeve and card case, but that's literally all the information we've got apart from the release date. We don't know what that is. At some point, hopefully, they're going to tell us. Well, it's going to be sleeves and a deck box, obviously. What I mean is they haven't actually, shown us anything about them. So, yeah. There's a lot more stuff to come. There's a lot more cards from the starter deck we still need to see. There's more information about what exactly this premium card collection is and which cards are in there, etc. There's information about what this sleeves and card case look like. There is a lot still needs to be said. But right now, I brought you everything I can. When we have more information, you know I'll share it. That's the kind of thing I do. And I'm actually going to bring you more information before the video even ends, because between finishing this video and uploading it, we did see a magazine scan of the leader Uta, and given that I'd promised to share more information when we had it, seemed a little bit rude not to share this given that we had it before I uploaded the video. So what we've got here is a mono green leader, which we knew, 5,000 power, 5 life, which we could have figured out given that it was a mono color leader, and we got Don X1, when attacking, once per turn, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a film type card, add it to your hand, otherwise it goes to the bottom of your deck. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the whole film blockers being important. Because the more film type cards you can have in a film type deck, the more you can take advantage of skills. And obviously I didn't know this skill when I told you that earlier, but I do know it now and this is important. And actually if you want to be playing this leader, you want to be going as full film as you can. This only makes a super rare, cheapish blocker we saw a minute ago better. We want to be playing as many film cards as we can here. And actually, if you're playing like a full film deck, then this basically means you get to draw an extra card every turn. No ifs, buts, or maybes, no mucking around, no if you've got X number of cards in your hand or any of that rubbish. You just draw an extra card every turn. This is actually really, really good. Right, we had to have a quick look at this before we finished, but yeah, in the context of a film deck, I really like this. I think you need to go as hard film as you can if you're going to be playing this leader, but drawing an extra card every single turn, assuming you attack with it and have an extra Don, which why wouldn't you? Yeah. This one sounds pretty gosh darn good to me. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about this. I want to know how excited you are. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.